Hey, Pistol here. You can't handle the Truth Sports podcast. You notice Rubbish is missing in action. He's over in Louisiana at the moment. Gonna do something a bit different this week. Today it's not a normal podcast. I'm just going to be talking about NFL leading into week 2. It's currently 10 p.m. Western in Australia, and we're 3 hours away from the first ball being kicked or thrown in the NFL for week 2. So, going to go through some sort of betting, gambling predictions. If you like that sort of stuff, then give us a follow, a like, or whatever. I'm going to post this on YouTube and Twitter or at X and potentially TikTok. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to go through a number of games here. I haven't gone through all of them. Just picked out some ones that I like the look of, and some particular lines there that we might have a crack at. I've also got some season award bets, futures to have a look at, and I'll get to that at the end of it. We'll see how we go. So we'll get into it. So the first game, Saints at Cowboys. The Cowboys, that is, minus 6.5 favourites. I think they get the job done. 8-0 last season at home. CD Lamb's he's been paid by Big Daddy Jerry, and he'll want to perform in the season opener there, with the home season open for the Cowboys. I think they get that job done by at least a TD, and I think CD Lamb scores at least one. I'm potentially going to have a small play on him to score 2, but we'll get to that a bit later. The next game I want to talk about is Bucks at Lions. Tricky line, minus 7.5 to the Lions at the moment. I think everyone's going to be on the Lions, to be honest. They're 12-4 against the spread in the last 16 games versus the Bucks. The Bucks are actually 7-2 against the spread as road dogs, and they're currently at Bucks are plus 7.5, and I think I'm leaning towards going down that path. Also leading a small play on the Bucks money line. I just think Baker Mayfield is still a decent quarterback. He threw the 4 TDs last week, and he's potentially got an opportunity here to keep this game close. And I reckon the plus 7.5 is a good bet. The Bengals Chiefs, if possible, I don't know how they're doing it there, but the Chiefs have gotten better again. This is a side that's won the last 2 bowls. I'm on their money line this week. I'm going to add that into a multi. And I'm probably going to add Pacheco as an anytime TD scorer, and probably look at his rush line as well. He just loves running all over the Bengals. And I think this will be, you'll probably know in the first quarter how big a margin this is going to be. You can usually tell looking at Mahomes, how he's playing, whether he's switched on and whether he wants to go for a big day or not. Bears at Texans. This line should be around the 9.5. It's currently at 6.5 to the Texans. Caleb Williams takes his Bears on the road for the first time, and as a rookie QB going into hostile Houston for their home opener, I'd be absolutely staggered if the Texans did not win this game. Absolutely staggered. I just think there's no way the Bears are winning this, and I'm all on the Texans this week. So their money line will get smashed into a multi as well, or a parlay, depending on if you're in the US. The Jets Titans. I think everyone thinks this is going to be a Jets bounce back week. They're on a short week, the Jets. They played in the Monday night game. They've got some issues with their defence. Mosley's hurt. Sauce Gardner has an issue. He sat on the sideline for an extended period of time. Michael Carter's banged up. I'm going to take the Titans plus 3.5 at home here. The 49ers at Vikings. McCaffrey, he's had an incident setback, not an incident, at training on Thursday. So he's a game time decision. Mind you, it might not matter too much. The backup is for the 49ers is Jordan Mason, who was absolutely unreal who had 28 carries for 147 yards and a TD on debut. So the Vikings gave the Giants a touch-ups. Sorry, the Giants gave the Giants a touch-up, 28-6 in week 1. That was Sam Darnold's debut. He completed 19 to 24 passes for 208 yards and 2 TDs. He was Purdy's backup last year at San Francisco. So that'll be an interesting facing his former side. Purdy had a solid game in week 1. He completed 19 to 29 for 231. I kind of like Purdy to hit that 1.5 TD mark again. And I'm also liking Debo for a TD. And leaning the 49ers to win that game. The Seahawks-Patriots. So my Patriots were quite good. Well, the defense looked great last week. Seahawks looked absolutely shite last week. The new head coach goes on the road for the first time, and I think the Pats get the job done, plus 3.5. Stephenson will run all over this Hawks defense. So I'm going to get on the over for his rush yards, which is currently 60.5. Giants at Commanders. Now, I'm on record on the podcast stating that Daniel Jones is the worst quarterback outside of Mac Jones. And I am going with Giants plus 1.5 in this game. He, as in Daniel Jones, has found some success previously against the Commanders. He's 5-1-1 across his career. Now, if he can't show anything against this Commanders secondary, that's the end. He's done. I don't know who they've got as backup, who their second and third stringers are. If you're second or third string to Daniel Jones, you're absolutely dog shit. So I don't know where they're going to go. If he can't throw the ball against the worst secondary in football, then there's massive problems. I mean, there's problems anyway, but this is just one he's not going to come back from. So yeah, the Giants plus 1.5. The Browns Jaguars. Now, I am on the Jags at -3. The Browns just seem quite dysfunctional at the moment. I'm not sure Watson has the backing of his teammates at the moment, and I'm not sure how he's even in the game. He's got a new but familiar distraction, and I'm sure you can guess what it is. But he's had yet another assault claim thrown at him. This one's from 4 years ago. That makes it 24 claims in total. But yeah, he's still going to start at QB versus the Jags. Their head coach really doesn't see it as an issue. It was never a consideration to sit him out. A guy that's got 24 sexual assault claims. Unreal. Anyway, both teams lost their season openers. The Browns 33-17 after Watson was intercepted twice and sacked 6 times. That just tells you how good their protection is for him. He had just 169 yards and did have a TD. The Jags fell to the Dolphins. They led 17-7 at halftime and let the game slip. They're going to need to improve their third down conversions. They failed on all 5 in the second half, and they had just the 1 first down in that second half, which happened in the fourth quarter. Trevor Lawrence threw for 162 yards and a TD. This is just a must-win game for the Jags. They've got their next 2 weeks are away to the Bills and Texans, and if you're going to start the year 0-2, drop into the Browns, and you walk into the Bills and Texans, you're probably going to go 0-4, and that's just trouble. That's big trouble. That's your season just about done. So I think this is a must-win. I think the Jaguars get the job done at home. The Raiders at the Ravens. This is just going to be the Ravens winning. This has the potential to be a blowout. I think it could be up around the 20-point range. I haven't got much else to say on this game other than, like, as in prop wise, I'm taking the Ravens in the money line in a multi parlay, and yeah, it's just going to be a big win for the Ravens in my opinion. The Rams at Cardinals. Again, Rams money line. No Puka Kanua. They should have won last week. If it wasn't for that coin toss, which it's just dog shit, that coin toss. They lost that. They lost the game. Steelers at Broncos. Now, this is Rubbish's Broncos, and he was all up and about with Bo Nix in the preseason. Thought he might go all right, but I don't think Bo Nix knows his left from his right. To be honest, he looked terrible in game one or week one, and Fields is just as bad. He's going to be under pressure all game this week, and there may not be a touchdown scored in this game. There may not be a touchdown scored. So if there is, it's probably going to be from a defensive or special team TD, which, funnily enough, I did look at this line, and it's 335. I only looked at the one book, which was Bet365, and that's at 335 at the moment. So I might have a bit of a crack on that. Also looked at under 2.5 and under 1.5 TDs scored combined both teams. So under 2.5 is 375 and under 1.5 is 950. And I'm going to have a crack at both of those and see how we go. That's the end of the games I'm going to look at. I missed a few in there. I think the Panthers Chargers game was in there. I'm not even going to look at that. The Panthers are just absolute dog shit. So as far as best bets go, so I've got a multi or parlay if you're in the US. So I'm going to go Cowboys, Chiefs, Ravens, Texans, all on the money line. $3.16 was the so $3.16 was the best odds I could find. Pretty sure that was sports bet. For those in the US, that's an Australian book. But shop around and see what price you can get. As far as I've got an anytime TD parlay multi as well. So I got Deebo Samuel. So this is a 49ers Vikings game. I got Deebo Samuel with Brock Purdy over 1.5 TDs into CD Lamb in the Cowboys Saints game, James Conner in the Rams Cardinals game, Pacheco in the Bengals Chiefs game, and Mixon in the Bears Texans. That was odds of 35-ish from memory. Forgot to write that one down. CD Lamb, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to have a crack at him for 2 TDs. I reckon he has a field day. $4.50. So that's my best bets for the week so far. As far as futures go, I did touch on that. I've got some season award bets. So I'm looking at Offensive Player of the Year, Saquon Barkley, $7. Defensive Player of the Year, JJ Watt, $5. And Defensive Rookie Player of the Year, I'm going to bypass all the QBs. And I'm going to go with Xavier Worthy, who looked pretty good for the Chiefs. Looks like they've done it again there. So that's it from me. Something new. Not sure how it's going to go. I'll try and it's Sunday just after 10 p.m. Western here, so I'll try and get this out a bit earlier. Next time it was sort of a late decision to do it this week. Let me know what you think. Any changes? Anything you want to ask? Until next time. Cheers.